start by explaining for us the background of the project.
The town office buildings, which were located in what had started out as a school, became contaminated with mold and flooding problems in 2010-2011. The town moved out. It looked at renovating the project. It went to the voters twice about renovating the building, and the voters voted it down both times as far as renovation goes. The selectmen looked at the cost of building new compared to the cost of renovating and decided the cost of building new was so close to the cost of renovating that it was better to go and build new rather than renovating the old building. Any problem with an old building when you start renovating it is you might run into problems, and certainly that's what happened with the demolition. It could have easily happened that we ran into additional problems with new construction. The town knew that there was some asbestos in the building, and they paid a contractor to remove all the asbestos we knew about and that had been identified at the end of 2013, beginning of 2014. We then we went to the voters. We asked for money to demolish the building. The voters approved the budget with the money to demolish the building in it in March of 2015. And the Board of Selectmen put out a request for proposal to remove the building, to demolish it and take it away. All of the proposals have a caveat in them that if there is special waste or hazardous waste discovered, then that will have to be dealt with separately and is separate from the price to demolish the building. Well, during the demolition, they found additional asbestos that had not been identified in the survey that had been done earlier. This asbestos was inside of the walls and on the lower part of the foundation underground, so it hadn't been visible to the inspection that had occurred before the removal that was in 2013. This resulted in additional costs to specially dispose of this. With asbestos comes in a couple of varieties, but this variety is the less dangerous of the two because the fibers are all embedded in tar. So the fibers are stable, but it is treated as a special waste in the state and has to be disposed of under strict guidelines. So the material that had the asbestos has been separated from the material that could be removed and disposed of elsewhere. And tonight we will be looking at some of the cost estimates to take that to a special disposal site, including the special handling that goes with asbestos that's embedded in tar.
What's been done in the meantime? Has demolition stopped?
Demolition is pretty much stopped, waiting for the decision as to how the rest of it's going to be handled. We looked at a number of options to try to make sure we handled it safely at an economic methodology, but most of all, safety of the public was our major concern. At this point, we will be going in to discuss these options with the board. We have had one of the better-known environmental consulting companies overseeing all of this. They were immediately called in as soon as suspicious material was found by the demolition company. The demolition company are all certified in handling asbestos, so we've been doing this according to all of the rules that are in place.
Now, the site is close to a school, as you described. Is it secure?
Well, when you say close to a school, it's probably a quarter of a mile. What that would involve, we have it taped off, we have barricades. The asbestos itself, as I indicated earlier, is bound up in tar so that it is not viewed as a significant hazard for people. But there are signs up saying that there is asbestos, and there's tape and barricades.
What's the projection for additional costs?
The projection for additional costs is in the $200,000 range.
And I understand that there's a proposal to rebuild on that site a new town offices?
Yes.
Okay. And when is that up for vote?
That would be up for a vote in March of this year.
Okay. Great.